Okay.
Distance side of things, you want to talk about Nico Young?
Yeah. Now, obviously, this isn't like a like collegiate record or top 2 in the world all-time indoor performance. But Nico Young's kind of an interesting situation. He's a contender to win NCAAs at the 3K or the 5K, and he didn't run 2 weeks ago because he was sick. And as we know, the 3K on the NCAA side is incredibly deep. So I was kind of interested how Nico Young will qualify. And I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny. Nico Young ran 7:59 in a 3K. 7:59 in a 3K is good for, let's bring this up. I have top 7:59 in a 3K. Gosh dang it. Sorry. I'm messing with my order.
You ruined this clip too.
I'm ruining this clip too. 7:59 in a 3K is the equivalent to being like the 120th time in the NCAA. So he runs the 120th time in the NCAA, but because he did it in Bozeman, Montana, which is at altitude and a flat track, he gets an insane conversion. He got a 18-second conversion that brought him all the way down to 7:41. I just thought it was kind of funny that 7:59, 18 seconds later, you're now 7:41. And I think Nico Young could potentially win NCAA in the 3K or 5K. I think Wesley Kiptoo has shown flaws that he's not 100% himself. He got smoked by a Texas athlete at Big 12s in the 5K. But the Nico Young and Abdihamid Nur 1-2 punch at NCAAs could have a Cooper Tier, Cole Hawker type run potentially or indoors because they're both in the 3 and the 5. And there's not a true number 1. Obviously, there's people with fast times like Florida State kid and Campbell kid and are all over the place, right? But I think NAU might be able to pull off a potential 18 and 16 points, which would be a lot. So we'll see though.
Mm-hmm. What's the track record with people who get their qualifiers at conference versus 2 months ago?
I don't know. I don't know the analytics of that, but I mean, just following the NCAA in general, there were a lot of people who thought they were safe who got bumped out because of last minute. Two Oregon kids ran 3:54 in a mile at BU. Another Oregon guy ran 13:21 in a 5K. The DMRs got faster. There was women's DMRs. I thought they were safe, but then ACC women's DMR was fast. Pac-12 had a fast DMR.
Pac-12 was fast.
There were just all of these typically you expect fast marks to come at conferences in the sprints because it's like SEC, ACC, Big 12, you're going for it. But to see fast marks this past weekend on the distance side was kind of a little bit of a surprise, in my opinion, because typically you kind of put it all out there mid-February and then you kind of just do sit and kicks conference weekend. But man, a lot of people still ran fast. And but I mean, Brandon Miller ran a 1:45.800. Just insane.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, don't forget about him in terms of qualifying for U.S. teams. And Trey Cunningham, this isn't distance, but 7:40. He's got to get close to Grant's collegiate record.
Yeah. I mean, I could just do a highlights of all the impressive marks we saw. Obviously, Abby Steiner ran 22:09 NCAA record. Her teammate from Kentucky, Alexis Holmes, ran 50.77, which is top 10 NCAA all-time. So Kentucky has a good 1-2 punch in Abby and Alexis. Mentioned Brandon Miller, 145, number 3 NCAA all-time. It was 145 low. Very impressive. Nico Young, obviously, with the 7:41 time qualifier. Trey Cunningham, 7.4 in the 60 hurdles. Man, I really wish Trey Cunningham could have been at U.S. Indoors to challenge Grant Holloway and then ultimately challenge him again at World Indoors. But we're not going to get to see Trey, you could argue the second best hurdler in the world, race the best hurdle in the world until NCAAs is over, which kind of sucks. And then also in the sprints, the Arkansas women's 4x4 ran 3:24.09. They broke the collegiate record by 2 seconds. That's a half a second per per leg. It's insane. And like, I feel like no one's talking about it. I mean, they ran 3:24:09. They broke the NCAA record by 2 whole seconds. Very
Oh, I'm
impressive.
talking about Gordon. I'm in Arkansas, so I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to try to figure out how they did it. That's my job the next couple days. I'm going to do the same thing, but on the pro side of things, for the other U.S. indoor races, and then we can chit chat about